Welcome for watching the video. Please click like and subscribe to the channel to support us. Thank you very much. America has a headache because the super wild boar, time bomb, keeps shooting. America is sitting on a time bomb called the super wild boar when the number of wild boars in the country is causing terrible destruction and giving birth. According to experts, wild boars in the US are especially large and give birth vigorously. Jack Mayer, a zoologist who has spent 40 years researching wild boars, said that the wild boar population in the US is increasing in numbers that cannot be solved unless there is a swine flu epidemic and kill them. The current situation must be said to be crazy. America is sitting on a wild boar bomb waiting to explode. Global warming causes the number of wild boar to grow rapidly. Food for them, such as vegetables, roots, and fruits, also blooms. I have to call the current wild boar in America the super wild boar. They reproduce too vigorously. At just 3 months old, they gave birth, and they gave birth to a new litter of pigs twice a year. Mr. Jack Mayer was concerned. In the states of California and Texas, authorities are encouraging people to carry guns into the woods to hunt wild pigs as a hobby to reduce overcrowded pig populations. However, going into the forest and facing ferocious pigs, weighing from 300 to 500 pounds with long sharp fangs, is something that not everyone dares to do. Across the United States there are about 9 million wild boars. Every year, wild boars take up about 70,000 square kilometers of land. According to experts, even if 3/4 of American wild boars die, in just 3 years, the wild boar population will recover intact due to its strong reproductive rate. I call this the wild boar bomb. They give birth too quickly. From 1 million animals, it can go up to 4 million and then 8 million wild pigs in a short time, commented Dale Nolt, an official with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It is estimated that each year the U.S. loses about $2.5 billion United States dollars due to wild boars destroying crops, attacking livestock, and even people. Wild boars also carry many diseases caused by bacteria and parasites. We call them super wild boars because of their reproductive speed. Each super wild boar can give birth to 10 litters before being shot or getting too old. There may be more wild boars than people in sparsely populated areas, said Ryan Brook, a biology expert at the University of Saskatchewan. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it is coordinating efforts with Canada to limit the increase in feral pig populations. A number of websites and hotlines have been set up for people to notify the authorities if they see wild boars appearing near their homes. A team of hunters will come and hunt wild boars, avoiding the pigs from destroying people's houses. The United States deals with invasive wild boars by eating meat. Many chefs, farmers and suppliers are turning to deal with wild boar destruction of crops by turning them into sustainable sources of protein. Currently in the U.S. there are about 6 million wild boars in 35 states. Photo. Alamy. Currently in the U.S. there are about 6 million wild boars in 35 states. Photo. Alamy at Dai-Ju restaurant in Austin, Texas. Wild boar is a prominent dish on the menu. Wild hogs come from both Texas and elsewhere. Christopher Columbus brought 8 pigs to the Western Hemisphere for food during his trip to Cuba in 1493. The descendants of those pigs, estimated at up to 6 million in 35 states, have caused trouble ever since. Every year, they cause $2.5 billion in damage to crops, forestry and livestock producers. They can spread diseases to both humans and pets. In Texas alone, the feral pig population is 2 million, making the state the epicenter of the problem nationwide. So some chefs, farmers and meat suppliers in Texas and other southern hotspots introduce feral hogs into the food chain. They are transforming a nuisance animal into a sustainable source of protein for humans. Chef Jesse Griffiths, co-founder of Daiju Restaurant, is one of the hospitality industry's biggest advocates of wild boar consumption. Casey Frank, Education and Operations Coordinator for the nonprofit FarmShare, has seen the destructive power of pigs. In June 2022, a severe drought hit central Texas, and Frank began noticing mud holes and ripped up crops around FarmShare's 4-hectare organic farm in Austin. A herd of feral hogs seeks out wet grounds to feed and cool off during the hottest summer in state history. 6 adult feral hogs, each weighing more than 92 kilograms, caused extensive damage to FarmShare, an organization dedicated to supporting new farmers and increasing food access in areas such as East Austin and Travis counties. According to Frank, the pigs destroyed 0.08 hectares a night and lost more than 900 kilograms of production. Authorities such as the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, and state wildlife agencies have sought to control pig populations for decades but have encountered many difficulties. In the 1890s, hunters brought 13 Eurasian wild boars, most likely purchased from the Black Forest in Germany, to a hunting reserve in New Hampshire. Famously intelligent and elusive, they are ideal targets for sport hunters who enjoy the chase. Frank understands the difficulty of watching a very small herd of 6 pigs wreak havoc on FarmShare's farm. He built a hut, which hunters use to hide, in the middle of FarmShare's fields. During several 6-hour stalking sessions, Frank waited with his rifle each night, but for 3 months, he could not fire a single shot. Finally, the FarmShare facility in Austin invested money in setting traps containing a mixture of corn, fermented beer, sugar and jelly. That doesn't work either. Wild boars are so smart that they can recognize traps and step over them. Ultimately, the trap becomes an expensive method to feed the birds, Frank shared. Many other factors contributed to creating one of the first invasive species in North America. In some areas, crossbreeding leads to uncontrollable situations. Raised animals are intentionally bred to reproduce quickly in the early stages in large numbers. Eurasian wild boars are very difficult to hunt. These two aspects really create their advantages. Michaela Killam, management expert, wildlife damage manager at Texas A&M University's AgriLife Extension Service program, said, "Although difficult to catch, many states with large populations allow hunters to shoot feral hogs. Some trappers help bring wild boar meat to market. Broken Arrow Ranch in Texas partners with trappers who capture and transport feral hogs to a licensed slaughterhouse for processing and meat packaging." The farm's founder Mike Hughes learned about the feral pig problem several years ago. Not long after, Broken Arrow became a meat supplier, selling 1,500 to 1,700 wild boar per year. While Broken Arrow accepts pigs in the 18 to 92 kilograms range, they prefer to buy medium-sized pigs, weighing between 36 and 82 kilograms. According to Chris Hughes, co-owner of Broken Arrow Farm, adult male pigs can weigh up to 136 to 181 kilograms. The problem is that as they grow older, they continuously produce hormones that make the meat smell bad. Shogun Farms outside Tampa, Florida, eliminates odors by raising and feeding the 650 to 700 pigs they trap at any given time for about 6 months. When new pigs arrive, they are quarantined and dewormed to avoid parasites. The pigs are closely monitored and fed a variety of foods. The result from this laborious operation is red meat that many customers liken to Wagyu pig. While many facilities like Broken Arrow and Shogun Farms seek to remove invasive pigs from the environment, bringing wild boar meat to market is not easy. Unlike the game meat Broken Arrow sells, which can be processed on site, pork must comply with federal inspection regulations. Suppliers spend a lot of time and effort to find a licensed slaughterhouse.